Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. And I'm here with my editorial, alias my blog for August of 2017. Let's talk, folks, about money. August is the 8th month of the year. The number 8 traditionally deals with money, with finance, with legal issues, with wealth, and with power, as well as death and dying. In fact, in most metaphysics, the number 8 talks about death and dying as being part of a natural cycle of life. It follows that August is also the month of the first harvest for farmers. In old Celtic traditions, Lugnasad, or the celebration of the first harvest of the year, was always held in August. A bountiful first harvest cycle was considered a good omen for a good harvest for the year and a resulting easy winter. These ancient people understood the nature of the natural ebb and flow of life, and they planned well for it. So, as in lean times, there was always plenty to go around. The seed for next year's planting was collected from this year's harvest. We would all do well to take note of that. August is the perfect month to talk about wealth because of all this. Frankly, because so many people in our world these days are fixated on their finances, I decided to address my August editorial to the concept of wealth, and specifically how you can attract more of it into your life. Firstly, it's important to understand, my friends, that just about everything we value in our lives falls into the category of wealth. We can be wealthy in our families, our love life, our friends, our health, our assets, our possessions, our careers, as well as our finances. It's also very important that the feeling of being wealthy in one area translates to being wealthy in all areas. Just as when you feel poor in one area of life, that feeling contaminates all of the other areas one at a time. This is why I begin every one of my psychic hours by asking each caller to tell what they're most grateful for in their lives right now. All forms of wealth begin with gratitude. It's impossible to make $500 when you're not grateful for the $1 that started the ball rolling. It's not possible to achieve perfect health and fitness when you're not grateful for the gym you discovered down the street and use, or the information that crosses your path and turns you on to the solutions to your possible health issues. Whatever we turn our attention, because attention is energy, to with feeling, which is gratitude, will start the universe moving in the direction of attracting those things to us. Then when we act on those things, we start the ball rolling in earnest. We change our lives. When you identify the areas of your life that you want to become wealthier in, follow these steps. First, think about all the things in each area that are already good and feel gratitude for them. Spend a few minutes every day dwelling on how very lucky you are to have those things in your life, be they people, assets, experiences, money, work, whatever. 2, think about growing and expanding each of those areas. Feel grateful and joyous as you imagine and even visualize what that expansion will bring. 3, open your heart and mind to opportunities that begin to cross your path that may lead to more. They may not be exactly the final result of what you want. They may just lead towards that result. The important thing here is to be open enough to recognize opportunity. 4, don't be stingy about this. If an opportunity to advance your wealth comes along, even though it might be smart to start with or small to start with, take it and be grateful for it, because it'll start the action ball rolling, and that is smart. Here's an example from the life of one of my clients. This gentleman had a very high-paying job as a manager of a car dealership. The dealership sold and he was laid off. As any of you reading this would probably do, he looked for another automobile sales management position. There were a few available and many applicants, and he didn't get one. A year went by. His unemployment ran out. He expanded his search to any form of business sales management. Again, there were many applicants at the time and few positions that paid the money he thought he needed. Another year went by. His wife, tired of supporting the whole family, left him. She divorced him. She took custody of the children. When he came to see me, he was on a downward spiral. All of the wealth in his life was swiftly disappearing. His career, his home, his family. As I said, all of the wealth in your life is linked. I asked him what jobs he'd applied for, and he found out just what I told you. That's what he told me. I asked him if there was anything else he felt he could do. He responded that nothing else paid enough. I pointed out that anything was more than he was making right now. I suggested that he take the next thing that came along, no matter what it was, because he had to get the I'm working ball rolling again. So he was resistant, but was open to any possible solution. At least at this point, he finally was. The job that he got actually reflected his self-image at the time. It wasn't a bad job, but to him it was the very bottom. He became a garbage man. That's what he became. I pointed out that it was a good, reliable job. To him, it really was the bottom. How good it was once he got that job as a sanitation engineer, to have something that would occupy him every day, that would put food back on his table, that would allow him to see his kids once in a while, that gave him the camaraderie of fellow employees. He began to feel better about himself. He began to contribute to his family's support once again. Within a year, his management skills and his past work experience in the management field brought him to the attention of the management of the company he worked for. Within a year, he moved on to managing the department that he had started working in as a sanitation engineer. Eventually, he moved onward to a corporate position in the same company, making more money than he had made managing an automobile dealership sales department. Today, he is part owner of that same company. He's remarried. He's quite able to support both families. He has a great relationship with both of his families. He has made himself into a wealthy man in every aspect of his life. I wish you all the wealth in your lives that this client of mine has attained in his. Remember that it is never too late to get your wealth ball rolling, and it all starts with gratitude. I'm Sandy Anastasi, so glad to be here with you. So glad that you came to listen to my blog, my editorial for August 2017. Sign up for my free monthly newsletter if you want to get these in the mail every month. And just for signing up, I will gift you with a free downloadable guided meditation for self-healing on MP3. Thank you so much for coming by. I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye for now.